breakthroughs in science and technology, innovations in business and beyond. Join us as we educate, enlighten, and entertain. This is Advancements. Financial services touch nearly every industry and person around the globe, whether through regular banking, management of retirement savings, investment advice, or the use of Fintech. The sector is undergoing major shifts as a result of ever-evolving changes in technology.
Recently, with mobile and software has made things, I think, better in financial services to better serve clients. For instance, you can now do banking transactions on your phone. You get access to a lot of financial education information, and that mobile platform really brought accessibility and broader access basically to financial services where people are. So in every wave of technology, I think one pitfall is when you start with the technology first rather than trying to figure out what problem you're solving for humans. And to avoid that is, how do we bring a human in the loop? How do we think thoughtfully and ethically about the data that's feeding into these AI models?
An imperative need to remain compliant with regulations has led the industry to seek alternative methods that can remove inefficiencies, vulnerabilities, and security risks.
In regulated industries, creating compliant content is a linear process that is complex and that is time-consuming. So at each point, when you move content from point A to point B to point C, you need to stop and complete that task. Each time you do that, you are introducing inefficiencies in the system. In content creation, you have both humans who are creating content, as well now increasingly artificial intelligence systems who are creating content. Because there's no way for these systems currently to create content that is compliant with industry rules that have been set up to protect consumers, you might have outcomes that may lead to vulnerabilities. For example, if you were to use AI to generate an investment advice, there's no way for you to ensure that that output is going to create something that takes the best interests of the consumer into account.
Now, the latest innovations in artificial intelligence are helping financial services firms to protect both consumers and their businesses.
AI is progressing very fast, and it will become game changer not only for financial services industry, but also for almost all the industries of the world. To an outsider, financial service industry may look digital, but there are many non-digital aspects in the financial services organization, and mostly those happens behind the scene. Now what AI will do, AI will convert all this non-digital process into a digital process. In addition to that, AI will also help in terms of creating many disruptive production services, which we can't even imagine right now.
Saifr has patent pending technology to enable our AI models integrate much more closely with our software products. And those software products we are deploying will check the content that is created to make sure it's compliant with the financial regulations. But however, the compliance person has to be able to review the content and sign off on it. It will greatly reduce the time that it takes that reviewer to do that.
With more than 20 years of work by thousands of marketing and compliance experts across various fields, the technology leverages unique access to millions of documents to create deep learning AI models that ensure market integrity and investor protection.
AI is as good as the data that is used to build it. Now, the better the foundation models, the easier it is to build AI solutions with lesser data. Now, what's becoming important for these organizations is the quality of their data. When it comes to ethical considerations of data, there are few things that's important. For example, ownership, transparency, privacy, intentions, and outcome. And these are the bedrock of building a responsible AI system. We are not building artificial general intelligence or AGI. What we are building is useful AI for creating compliant marketing communications with respect to global marketing standards or global regulatory standards. Our AI is narrow AI since we are addressing a specific market segment. It is optimized towards minimizing risk, not maximizing profit or harming any individual or organization.
Harnessing both real-time collaboration and proprietary data, the advanced AI-backed technology results in materials that are created, reviewed, approved, and filed more efficiently, so organizations can create compliant communications more quickly.
It might take an expert compliance review person 5 minutes to review a one-page document for regulatory compliance risk. That same task can be performed in about 5 to 10 seconds at about 90% of the accuracy of a human compliance expert. By placing safeguards closer to where the content is getting created, we are removing steps in the process so that by the time the content is completed, it is closer to being compliant, and the stuff that a compliance expert needs to review are the things that require human judgment that AI is not capable of performing at this point.
A human-machine partnership enables computers to do the monotonous tasks, freeing up more people to focus on the creative, interesting details.
Leveraging artificial intelligence really is an ability to save time, to consume large sets of information, and then have a layer of intelligence that help you make sense of it. So in financial services, artificial intelligence is a way to create better content or better designs, and it's just an extension of all the other technological tools we had in the software space, but it just expands the tools available to a content creator.
By streamlining and enriching the content creation and review process, businesses can mitigate brand, reputation, and regulatory risk, now and into the future.
Regulations currently exist worldwide that protect consumers and investors from fraud and manipulation. Now, these regulations change frequently when new products are introduced to the market. So this is a huge burden on financial companies to make sure that their content is compliant. Using generative AI assistant tools can ensure that the content is compliant with the latest financial regulations. In the long term, what we'd expect to see is more learning type autonomous AI, which will also be creating content and making more definitive and more accurate suggestions for business people.